The Every Point Sports Podcast featuring Greg and Jack starts right now.
Oh, welcome in everyone to the Every Point Sports Podcast. We've got the old gamer GK back with us for week 2 in the NFL. And of course, I am Jack Stache. How are we feeling over there, Greg?
Oh, we're doing great. High energy today. Week 2. We've been off for about a month, a little over a month. Sorry, guys. Had to work. I've been working some fairs and stuff. And so between me working weekends like that, Jack working during the week doing his bartending stuff, and we're just busy people. But we are back now every week. We are coming back strong as ever. We're going to go over, give you previews of the games, give you what our best bets are, talk a little bit about other sports. Not too much going on. Jack and I were talking, a little stale in other sports right now. And Jack and I have a new hobby, too. If you guys have been keeping up on the last couple older podcasts, Jack started getting in the cards, and the Degenerate got me into it. So we're going to be talking a little bit about cards too. Not too much. We're going to be keeping to our roots, talking NFL, but we'd like to give you a bunch of different stuff, for a bunch of different people, and I'm just super excited to be back. I really am. I've been dying to do a podcast. Been dying. We're back. Week 2 in the NFL. Come on,
dude. I did last Sunday.
I know. I watched.
I did a ton of I crushed every single thing I hit except 2 games. So that's not bad. And by the way, the games for which I didn't hit, I told you to stay away from. I begged you. If you will listen, if you want to roll the dice, that's your own home casino. But I told you not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just, as long as I'm up 169%. So
there you go.
Cheers and waving to the crowd. Will I play this week? I don't know. Maybe I could talk you. Maybe I could talk me into something. There isn't a lot I love. Greg, let's get to our docket.
Absolutely. Let's see here. First game, we got the Buffalo Bills at New York Jets. I don't know. I was super surprised how the Jets played. I mean, Justin Fields looked like he was an actual NFL quarterback. Breece Hall looked good, which I have in my fantasy team, and just picked up a couple of his rookie cards. Just saying. So, I mean, they look like a legit team, and their defense. I mean, I know they gave up 34 points to the Steelers, but the Steelers should have. Everybody predicted that was going to be a blowout. You know what I mean? Like the two teams wasn't even close, and but it was. I mean, the Jets had that game in hand. If it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers' heroic moment at the end, you get them down the field, kick a field goal to win the game.
I thought this was so. My big takeaway from last week is that the New York Jets and the Chicago Bears both looked better than the Detroit Lions.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
So both of Dan Campbell's coaches that have walked away looked better than the team for which he had.
Mm-hmm.
So Lions fans, we might want to buckle up. I'd be a little nervous because but the Bears lost. How'd they lose? They weren't manhandled. They weren't pushed around. Late game heroics again by McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
So both of those teams got beat in the final moments.
And let's face it, the Bears kind of was shooting themselves in the foot too with those false starts and stuff. So, I mean, like that could have won a different way too.
I don't know how Dan Campbell can walk down the road this week without kneecaps because his were bitten off by Green Bay. I'm telling you.
I'm not too worried though about the Lions. I only for the fact that I think it's going to take them like 2, maybe 3-4 weeks get their footing. Like you said, 2 new coordinators. 2 great coordinators they had on their team. I just think it's going to take a little bit for them to get involved, to get accustomed to their new role. What does scare me though is that division is deep. and they can't keep losing. You lose three games out of your first four, 3 games out of your first 5 because you're trying to get your feet wet with these new coordinators. That's going to put you down at the bottom of the division, and you're going to have a road to climb. Because I mean, you've got some good teams, some good young teams ahead of you right now.
If the brains was Ben Johnson and the muscle was Glenn, because I mean, obviously the Jets like to run and push and all that different kind of stuff, right? And you looked like a boring, stale offense, right? If the brains is gone and the brawn is gone, and you're only left with screaming stupid, which is
I don't say great. I say motivation. The guy motivator, master motivator, just like Singletary was, not the greatest coach, but a master motivator. You know,
I love that comparison. He's Singletary without any brains. No. If Singletary didn't have a great coordinators around him, which he didn't, he could be all screaming and stupid.
Yeah.
4th and 15. Was it 4th and 8 last year on Emmitt Smith night? Like, brother, you got 3 flags still on the ground. Kick the field goal and just whatever you have to do.
Walk away. Yeah.
Walk away. You know, I just think that sometimes he wants to do so many different things. And it was Glenn and it was Campbell. Oh, I love Glenn Campbell. Right? He was a great singer back in the day. It was Glenn and Campbell that reeled him back in. Who's there to police him now?
Yeah, you're right. There is nobody. And he is. He cost them. He cost them the Niners game in the playoff. They had the Niners. He why were let back into that game because he kept going for it on 4th down instead of kicking the field goals, which would have put them up by 9 more points, which would have put us way further behind for to catch up. But anyway, I do like him as a coach, but I'm with you on that. I didn't think about it in that aspect. Who is there to reel him back in? There is nobody, at least nobody that I think he respects enough to be reeled back in by.
We'll get to that game in a minute. I love.
But anyway, listen, we can't discount what the Bills did against the Ravens. What they came back and did, I mean, all-time great. What happened? Josh Allen put the whole team on his back, and so this should be a good game.
I'll take the Bills here, though. I'll take them on the money line if I want. Yeah, I've got 5.5.
DraftKings is at 6.5.
Oh, all right. So I've got Hard Rock. That's giving me a little bit of an edge.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's why, if you guys remember from us last year, shop.
Yeah, different
shop. Don't just bet on one site. Hop around. ESPN, Hard Rock, DraftKings, MGM. There's a bunch of them out there.
If you have the opportunity, yes.
Yeah, shop to see who's giving you the best odds that you want. Like I said, Jack got 5.5. I don't even know if I like 5.5. I like money line. I like the money line. What are you getting on the money line, by the way? I got 298.
It's probably in that same. Let me double back for everybody on the money line. Whatever.
Yeah, just keep Hard Rock up because it seems like you get a little bit better odds on Hard Rock than I do. So we're just compared the two.
It wants my face ID. It wants my face.
Of course it does.
275.
Okay, so you're getting better over there. I like that.
Yeah,
I like money line with the Bills. I think it's going to be a tight game. I could easily see this being a field goal or under game. It's a rival game.
Yeah, I feel that way too. Again, there's not a lot I love. I feel like there's traps everywhere. I don't really love much this week, but I'll take the Bills because I just think they're better.
I like Bills money line too. I'm staying away from any spread on that.
Tape on Justin Fields is terrible, by the way.
What's that?
Like if you get tape on a quarterback that you don't think is great anyway, once you get tape on them, you're like, oh, this is what they're running. That we thought they were going to do.
Yeah, but they've had tape on Fields. It's just he was doing stuff last week that we didn't think he was able to do.
Yeah, but once they handcuff him differently, I want to see if he could do other things.
And he has some nice runs. He used his athleticism. Breece Hall looked good. Listen, their offense looked really good last week. And if he could just hit a couple of those passes that he hit last week, the Jets are going to be, I don't know about how many games they're going to win, but they're going to be talked about.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the Jets right now. By week
Yeah.
6, it'll be just end the season, just like Jets. Jets. All right, move on.
Next on the docket, we got New York Giants at Dallas Cowboys. Listen, I'm about ready to, as you're driving by, I'm about ready to jump in your car on this on the Giants head coach here because yeah, I mean, dude, you and I talked about it. We thought maybe the Giants had enough opportunity with the talent on their roster to even maybe surpass the Redskins. Sorry, the Commanders. Washington. We talked about that. We thought they had enough talent. They looked good. Dude, I don't know what the heck is going on. They couldn't produce anything on the field. We'll see if Dart could do any better. Is he starting this week, or are they still rolling with Wilson?
No, they're rolling with Wilson, and they should be. Look, you can't, again, like you said.
Listen, I understand you can't throw a rookie out to dry this and that, but I mean, Wilson didn't look good last week at all.
But he looked as bad as Jared Goff with the same players. Jared Goff had the same players last week. I hate to bring it. He had the same team, and he looked pedestrian. Actually, that's even worse.
We even talked a little bit about Neighbors and him pouting pretty much on the sideline.
Yeah, because he's dealing with lunacy, right? So Jared Goff is I said he looked pedestrian. That's not true. He looked pedestrian getting hit by a bus. That's what he looked like. Yeah, Neighbors is arguing that he could draw up a better offense. I mean, it's insane, and he's right. So it's like, if I could draw up a better offense and some more imagination, give me the clipboard. And you know, Dable's sitting there and he's trying to figure things out. And to be quite honest, he's going to be calling games with McCarthy next. It'll be the Mannings, and then it'll be Dable and McCarthy. And it'll be, which show do you want to watch? Because he's going to be out of a job because he was a one-trick pony. Brian Dable's a one-trick pony that New York thought they got a steal with from Buffalo, and Buffalo went, go take him. We have Josh Allen now, and he's already done what we needed him to do here. I think Dable's on his way out. I'm a firm believer that Jackson Dart will get his college coach, Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, we talked about that. We thought that was a strong possibility. Yeah, I'm listen, I sat there and I defended him, and I've been defending him. Give him time, the coach. And yeah, I'm pretty much on board with you after last week. I expected more out of that team. Shoot, who
you don't have anything for Scadaboo. By the way, you want, again, why is Russell Wilson sitting in the pocket? He clearly likes to get outside early, break a sweat, run around, be a part of the game. You kept him in the pocket. He's not a pocket guy. He's not. Get him moving around. Get him moving the pocket. He's Donovan McNabb with a ring. He's shorter. I get it. But McNabb used to like moving around and getting around. And Andy Reid said it was his greatest fault early on with McNabb, trying to make him a pocket guy, finding out in practice that Donovan liked getting outside and moving around a little bit, breaking a sweat. It made him feel like he was part of the game. When Andy Reid heard him say that at an interview, he went, Donovan, is that true? He's like, well, yeah. He's like, I blew it. As a play caller, I'm making the mistakes with you. Move Russ around. If you want to have a pocket guy, go to Jackson Dart now. That's the stuff that drives me nuts. I think that Dable wants a certain thing. I actually believe that organization's probably closer run to the team for which they're playing today. I think the Giants are telling Dable who he's going with and who he's not. Everybody just thinks it's Jerry Jones. I don't believe it is. I think that New York, look at, we're talking about the team, right? That moved off of Daniel Jones. He could still play. I mean, let's just say what it is. He's a starting quarterback in the NFL. And we didn't want to pay Saquon Barkley. I can't believe that Brian Dable's that stupid. I'm not taking away all of his stupid credit, but I do believe he can't be that crazy. So what's going on in New York, really? Like, really?
Yeah. I'm not. I don't like them. I'm pretty much on board with you. I defended them a lot last year. Um, we thought that team was going to look a lot better than what they did. Listen, they might be able to turn around, but I highly doubt it. If I had he might be fired mid-season.
While we're talking about coaches, I gotta do this because it's been driving me absolutely bananas. Yeah, spell it out. BANA, bananas. Right? We love Kyle Shanahan. We love him. We love Kyle Shanahan because of Mike Shanahan. Kyle's got his own coaching now and he's done some stuff, but we thought he was a star when he took the job. Right? He got the job at San Francisco. If anybody could replace Harbaugh and the fans would be happy, it'd be Kyle Shanahan because of what his dad did in the league, right? Elway, all these other things. Perfect. Why don't we love Brian Schottenheimer? Marty was a damn good coach for years in Kansas City. In the same division where Mike Shanahan cut his teeth and lived forever. Marty was a problem. It was like a nemesis, right? So if Marty Schottenheimer was so good, why would we think less of his kid, Brian?
Well, I mean, the thing about Kyle, though, is that he proved himself as an offensive coordinator at Washington and then went to the Super Bowl with Atlanta, had a huge lead. He was a big reason. He got a big hit on why they lost because he didn't want to run the ball towards the end. But again, a lot of that wasn't his decision. A lot of responsibility. But he was proven. Schottenheimer hasn't been
an offensive coordinator throughout the league.
He has been, but he hasn't done much.
Been an offensive coordinator throughout the league.
But he's not. But how much has he won as an offensive coordinator? He's never been one of those so-called young geniuses coming up.
I mean, you could say he's won as much as Shanahan's lost. Right? You gave the guy no credit for what his father did. Right? We fell in love with Kyle because of, yes, he did stuff in Atlanta. And yes, what they built in Washington with the McVay and all these other, yes, I get that. And he was head of the crew and whatever. But, to not at least have some kind of excitement, some kind of passion for for Brian Schottenheimer. And everybody, oh, well, I don't know, because he's in Dallas. Well, guys, guess what? That guy can coach. The first thing he did.
Where was he before last year? Where was he last year?
He was in Dallas.
Last year.
He was in Dallas.
He
was in Dallas. He was in Dallas.
Coach? What was he?
He was in Dallas. He was in Dallas duct taping Mike McCarthy's stomach after the buffets. Right? So Mike McCarthy would eat a buffet. He'd be spilling out all of his clothes, and Brian would be there trying to put the duct tape on his stomach and trying to get him and the team looking official again. I think Brian Schottenheimer could coach. He ran the ball against Philly. That was the first thing he did. Jalen Carter's out. Good, we're going to run the ball. It was a smart move. And Philadelphia won the game, but they have better players. But I thought that Brian Schottenheimer in his debut did a fantastic job at coaching. He squeezed all the juice out of that orange. There's your Florida reference for the day. But for real though, and I just feel like he's been glossed over. Everybody loved the Ben Johnson hire. Everybody loved the Pete Carroll hire. Before the season started, I said that, we love Ben Johnson. It's fine. We love Pete Carroll, but the most talented team that's being inherited is actually Schottenheimer's team in Dallas. Let's not pretend like Caleb Williams is better than Dak Prescott. He is not.
All right,
let's not pretend like Geno Smith. I mean, Geno Smith is fine, but him and Dak are probably equal. And then Geno's not getting number one receiver. He's getting CeeDee Lamb. He's getting George Pickens. He's getting Javonte Williams, who had a nice game. I know he's not a world beater, but, he had some stuff. And I just feel like everybody kind of glossed over the fact that, hey, he's just going to be another no-name Cowboys coach. Like, forgive me. But, he did grow up in a household where Marty walked around and paced the halls and screamed just as much as, Mike Shanahan, I'm sure did. I just thought it was a little disrespectful that everybody just whatever, another Dallas hire, because it's not.
I think the reason why they did that is because he was hired from within the organization. He was their offensive coordinator since Keelan Moore left. So I mean, that's probably why they wanted somebody fresh. They wanted a name.
Yeah, they
Fan
wanted
base
flash.
wanted a name.
I get that, but like, Schottenheimer's a good name.
Listen. They looked like they had a really good game plan. They looked good against the Eagles. If it wasn't for CeeDee Lamb dropping those balls at the end, they probably would have won that game.
Plays were drawn up properly.
Listen, I get it. Mhm.
Yeah, so it's like, when you sit there, you're like, my assumption of the game was the Eagles played fine. Dallas looked good.
They put it this way: Dallas looked tougher this year than they did under McCarthy.
Yeah,
They looked tougher. They looked about the same as far as offensively. They looked about the same defensively, minus Parsons. But ultimately, they did look like a tougher team.
Yeah.
They didn't look like a finesse team. They remind me more of not a smash mouth, but just a team that could come in and muscle you around a little bit.
Kind of like God, I don't know, a Marty Schottenheimer Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's just
but what I don't get is that he has been there. He has been with them for since 2022. Like you would think he would have instilled some kind of toughness in that team somewhere along the lines.
Yeah, well, after the fourth facelift, Jerry finally figured it out. I mean, I like Dallas today, by the way.
Let me see here. Giants are getting 4.5.
Stay away from these half points today. Stay away from these half points. You've got half points everywhere. 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. That is screaming the public won last week.
But right here, the public did win last week. What this looks like, this 4.5 looks like one of those traps that you told me about.
Yep.
Giants looked horrible last week against the Redskins. Dallas looked great against the Eagles. This looks like a trap game. I find it hard to believe. I think the Giants are going to look better than what they did last week. I think the Cowboys are going to look about the same. This could easily be a 3-point game, field goal one at the end, or a field goal missed by the Giants to lose the game.
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. And that's a great point. When we put this video together, that's a great point. Yeah. 2 points, 3 points. Yeah. I don't love the game. Understand it's still a division rival.
You know what? You got to love the NFL schedule this year. They've really put some good rival games in the beginning of the season. They haven't given us a bunch of fluff games, like Kansas City versus Arizona or something like that. Like all these have been like really good rival games.
Kansas City, Arizona. I would like that game.
I'm just saying. I'd like any other year that should be an easy win for Kansas City. I'm just using that as an example.
I like that.
Or should I say maybe like somebody like the Eagles versus the Jags?
I like Dallas and Jerry World.
I like Dallas here too. I'm staying away from the points. I'll take the money line all day on this at -245. What are you getting over there on Hard Rock?
I'm sure it's 225. I'm sure we're 10 points lower. But let's just let them take my face off again. -250.
All right. So yeah, that's and -245. Yeah, I'm getting better over here. What are you getting as far as spread?
I'm getting 5.
Oh, I'm at 4.5.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a little bit different over here. So
a little bit different, right? So I mean, there's different prices for different books.
Yep.
You guys get the price that you want.
That's why you shop around. Take which one is best goes in your favor. All right, we both like Dallas here on the money line.
Yeah.
Next, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, this game we shouldn't even be talking about, but 12.5 is a lot of points. Money line's at -850 for Baltimore. I mean, Baltimore is going to come out pissed. I think this is going to be a total blowout. I don't even think it's going to be close.
Probably right, but I don't get it.
12.5. It's a lot.
No, I get it. But Cleveland played Cincy tough last week.
Yeah. But they always play Cincy tough.
I know, I get it.
Even going back to last year. Remember last year? Like, I believe they were like field goal games last year.
This game should be 5.5, 6 points.
12
based on what happened in Buffalo last week. To me, it kind of feels like that's underscored for the public to just love it.
To love
Baltimore.
Cleveland.
I
Cleveland
don't
getting
know.
12.5. They kept up with Baltimore or with the Bengals last week.
It's still Flacco. It's
I
nothing.
know. Listen, I like Baltimore here. I'm even thinking about taking the points. That's how much I like Baltimore.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I as I look, I just don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you go toe to toe with Cincy, which you did, and then all of a sudden Baltimore is just way cut above. I don't understand the spread. I think you're right. I will not be playing this game, but if you guys really want to play Baltimore and Cleveland, I think Greg is dialed in on this number.
And
I
I
would
like
not.
it. I like them by double digits. I really do. I think 14 is a nice point, a nice roundabout where they're going to be.
You're probably right. But here's how I would bet this game. If I were to bet it, I am not. Maybe I'll talk myself into it. Who knows? But if I want to bet, listen, guys, there's something on your betting apps called alternate spreads. You could get the points that you want to be at. So let's say you don't like 12. I don't like 12.5. I think it could land on 10. Okay. Let's say you want to steal some juice. You don't want to get all the way in the water, right? But you want to prove to people you've been in the pool, right? Got to get the shorts wet. You got to look like you came back with a tan. I would take Baltimore favored by 8. Or if you didn't want all the juice, have them favored by 6, right? Because you think it's going to be 14. Everybody else thinks it's going to be 12 because it's pushed up to 12.5 in certain books. So I like half that margin. I'm getting something. I'm not getting everything. And
you're acting a lot, guys. When you do that, just realize you are sacrificing your odds. So, like, make sure you look at what your payout is going to be and stuff. But I mean, you're moving it towards the way you think you're going to win. So, I mean, if you think you're going to win, then you could bet a little bit more if you're doing that, line adjustment.
If if you put that together with a Buffalo that you know that they're going to beat the Jets or a game you're sure with, right? Then you put a 2-game parlay together and you walk away and you feel good after that one. Baltimore probably.
Before we move on real quick, can we talk about the timeless Derrick Henry? I mean, he looked like a freaking monster again last week. Wow. I mean, it sucks he fumbled there at the end, but I mean, before that, like, wow. Like, that guy still has it.
Before the season started, Adam Sandler offered him a role in his movie if he got 2,000 rushing yards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. So he's trying to get in Billy Madison too or something. I don't know. I don't know. They are
writing it. They are writing it.
I know.
It's in the works.
I know. He could be one of the security guards or something for the company.
Anything. He could be anything.
You know? All right, what do we got?
I love the little cameos by different people in Happy Gilmore too. I loved it. The Eminem cameo was awesome.
I didn't.
It was awesome.
Yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, fantastic.
How could you not have seen it yet?
I'm a busy guy.
I get it, but it's Happy Gilmore too.
I'm so busy.
All right. So we both like Baltimore here.
Yeah.
Next, we got Seattle Seahawks at Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are giving 3. Money line is -70 towards the Steelers. I like Steelers here. I mean, it was in Seattle. I would think a little differently. Seattle looked decent against the Niners. Niners did have to come back a little bit to win that game. But I mean, we came back. We won that game with a banged up team too. We lost 2 of our wide receivers. Lost Kittle, who Shanahan said was a focal point of that game plan. McCaffrey looked great. I don't want to jump ahead here. I don't want to be talking about my Niners, but I'm just saying Seattle did look pretty decent last week. But I do think the Steelers do start off 2-0. I do like the 3 points here. I'll take the 3. And that's about it. That's all I got to say about that game.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like Pittsburgh will win. They weren't great last week. They were fine. Seattle will beat the hell out of you, though.
Yeah, listen, Pittsburgh's a physical team too.
Yeah, but the Seattle wiped out half of San Francisco's team.
Well, I mean, we had a little bit of injury, and it seems like a paper cut puts one of our guys out anymore. So,
or
you put him behind a desk and he's getting hurt.
or a turf toe. I mean, my toes.
Oh man,
my
everything.
toes
Jennings, Kittle, Purdy. Anyways, we'll get to that later. I do like the Steelers here. If it was in Seattle, I would feel different. Just because Seattle, it's just a different entity up there when you're playing up there. But yeah, I think Rodgers, I think the team gets it together a little bit better than last week. Rodgers is loving his tight ends right now, loving them. And we'll see if Metcalf can keep a hold of the ball.
Yeah, we got to. I think Pittsburgh will just have enough because Seattle.
I don't think it's a blowout by far, but I do think it's a 5 to 7 point win by them.
We should talk about that. Pittsburgh's defense is a little beat up, and by a little beat up, I mean a lot beat up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's no Joey Porter. They started trying to find other guys this week. So could be a bit of an issue.
Maybe we'll see a Kenneth Walker sighting this week. We'll see. All right. Next, we got the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. I am looking forward to this game. I really am, because I really think that the Bears have a shot at winning this game.
I like
right now. Detroit is giving 6 points. Money line is -270 to Detroit. To be honest with you, I'm taking the Bears with the points. I'm taking the 6 points.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't feel overconfident with that pick, by the way. But if you're telling me I have to pick something, I'm taking the 6 points with the Bears. They look good against a really good Vikings defense.
Well, and all week, right? So all week we sat there and we went, "Wow, is Green Bay for real? God, they looked good." And boy, that defense, and they are.
Oh,
okay.
Absolutely.
Our eyes are right.
Yes.
And if our eyes are right, Detroit's in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, Detroit is in trouble, and I know that Detroit Lions fans are, but they'll be better. Better be miles better.
Yeah. Like, you need to force feed Gibbs at this point.
But what Gibbs didn't look good because the offensive line didn't look tight.
Well, I mean, a lot of that has to do with their center retiring too, who's been a staple, and they even said that he's going to be tough to replace. He called all the blocking schemes. He called all the blocking along the whole line. That's hard to replace. Kyle will tell you that. Kyle Shanahan will tell you the most important player on his offense isn't the left tackle. It's the center, because they're calling all the plays. They need to know everything about that. Yeah, having a Hall of Famer, Trent Williams, is great out there.
Certainly
awesome.
Helps.
But you need to have a center that's able to call those blocking schemes, because if they don't know who's supposed to block where, you're going to have guys shooting gaps, stunts, doing everything all day long.
Yeah, I think Detroit's in a lot of trouble, and no one wants to hear it. But Chicago looked like they were a team. They looked like they look like
a young team, a young team that's progressing.
Right. And Detroit looked like a bunch of players, just a bunch of guys, not a lot of direction. I mean, Gibbs is a great athlete. How is he going to out-athlete 3 guys in front of him all game long? He was getting buried. They knew exactly what Detroit was calling Green Bay. Like, it's going to be rocky. Mm-hmm. And we're going to find out how smart Dan Campbell really is. I fear the worst. We'll see if he can steady the ship.
Mm-hmm. Can I just say, can we get somebody in there that knows how to use Williams at this point? I mean, the guy was so dynamic with Alabama. I mean, the most dynamic wide receiver coming out of the draft, that some would have said.
Yeah.
The guy could catch everything. Like, can somebody please learn how to use him?
Yeah.
Unreal. And I'm not saying that because I have a bunch of his rookie cards sitting over here.
Yeah, you are.
I'm just really, I thought, when he came out of the NFL, I understand he got a broken leg, I think, in the championship game. But when he was healthy, I thought he was going to be something special in the NFL. It just seems like nobody's learned to use him.
So I like him. I do want you guys to put this guy on your fantasy radar. Well, Greg, you can, because you're in my league and I already have him. I want you guys to put this.
Can I just say something real quick? How much BS That was last week.
What? I don't know. You lost me.
You have no idea. You have Chicago's defense going. I have Hawkinson and Jefferson going. We go into the game tied, and you beat me.
And that's how much faith I have in the Bears.
Like, are you freaking kidding me? Justin Jefferson, 1A or 1B, best wide receiver in the NFL. And some would say Hawkinson, top five tight end in the league, 1 point. Kincaid, I would have won 10 points.
It was a tough week for you, yeah. Isaac.
All right, that's enough about that. I was so pissed.
I believe me. I was like, just let him have it. I'd be flipping out. Isaac Tesla. He's the wide receiver on the Lions. He is going to be a star. A body rookie? Like, yeah.
Is he rookie? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, he's a rookie. Stash him in your keeper leagues. Isaac Tesla. Very Puka Nacua.
Okay.
If you're looking for a player comparison, and look, I know we love St. Brown. I know we love Jameson Williams, right? We love our guys, but that dude is going to find a role in this offense permanently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when he caught the touchdown last week for Detroit, I mean, toe tap, 6'4", he was found. He's going to be a staple. They drafted him, I think, in the 4th round. They really liked him. So if you guys are doing really well in fantasy, like Greg just told you I am, you're going to want to stash a player like Isaac Tesla.
All right, next game.
Sometimes
we both like the Bears here. You like the points? You taking the 6 points, Jack?
Are
you taking the 6?
I'll take the 6. And if I want to play, if I want to screw around, if I want to have a little bit of fun, I'll take the 8.
There you go.
I'll take over the touchdown.
Touchdown. I like that.
Yeah. So I'll do the 88s, right? I'll do Baltimore -8, and I'll do Chicago getting 8.
Ooh, I like that.
88, baby.
I like that. That's nice.
That's good.
Yeah. Even though I'm not a big Michael Irvin fan, nice. Anyways. All right. Next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars at Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are giving 3.5.
I don't know what to think here. I don't know what to think.
I don't know what type of Jags team we're getting right now. I don't know what type of Bengals team we're getting with them playing Cleveland. I'm personally staying totally away from this game. I think the Bengals ultimately win that game, staying away from the spread, but it wouldn't shock me if the Jags won this game. It really wouldn't.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
I like what is the over here? We
49.
got okay, I got 49.5, but I do like the over here. I like the over. I see a lot of points that could be scored here.
Right. So you like the right. I feel like if we're gonna bet this game, stay away from the 3.5. Don't you don't want it's the cardiac cats on either side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So
we all know the Bengals, they're a slow starting team. Usually they lose a couple. They just so happened to won this week or last week. But again, they were playing Cleveland. How much and it was a close game. How much stock are we putting into either one of these teams? We need to see more from these teams. We need to see more this week what Cleveland's going to do. We need to see more what the Bengals are going to do this week. We'll have a clearer picture of what's going on. But ultimately, I don't feel good about it. But I do like the over in this game. I think points are going to be scored.
I could see 21-14 at halftime, and you're like, oh, I'm so smart. I'm feeling good, right? And you're still gonna need a little bit of work, but I think the work will get done. I like the over 49, and it could be, again, we talked about traps this week. I don't know if I'm playing that. Probably it could be a layoff week for me. It's okay.
I mean, I just want to quickly touch base here. I mean, we all talk about Burrow, we all talk about Jamar Chase, Higgins. Can we talk a little bit about Chris Brown and what he could possibly be a future star? He's looking good.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yeah, Brown could run the
good. He's perfect for that offense.
He is. Well, we're finally figuring out. You know, it's been the age-long question, right? What can Brown do for you? Well, it's taken a long time, but we're starting to figure out what Brown can do for us.
Yes. And you and I have talked about Brown last year. We talked about him. We talked about stashing him on your team. We thought later on the year he was going to end up doing something. and he started doing something. But this year, I think he really found his niche. I think he's going to do something special this year.
And I love people that are like, well, he's a scat back. Be careful, because he was a starting running back at the University of Illinois. That's not a scat back. That's a between the tackles. That's a punch you, right? He's built for tough sledding.
It's a bonus that he could do scat back stuff.
Right. Yes. Think of him as a bonus back, right? Because he can get shifty, but the fighting Illini, it's right in the name.
Yeah.
So I like the over here. That's how I play in that game.
Me too. All right. Next, we get to my 49ers at the New Orleans Saints. Niners are giving 3 points, over under 40.5. Niners are negative 166. I'm all over this game. I think Mac Jones is going to have a killer game for us. There's a reason why Kyle wanted him in the beginning.
Yeah.
There's a reason. Everybody forgets the Mac Jones that won a national championship at Alabama. Guy was phenomenal that year. Phenomenal. He had a chance to transfer out plenty of times from Alabama, away from Tua, away from Hurts, away from Bryce Young. He didn't. He stayed because he wanted the competition, which made him better. He says this. I think finally he's going to be getting some coaching that he didn't get with the Patriots, that he didn't get down at Jacksonville. And I think you're going to see a pretty good Mac Jones. I think he's going to make a couple mistakes, but I don't think they're going to be detrimental to the team. I don't think the Saints is a good team by far. The only thing is we're playing down in New Orleans. That's it. But again, that's not here nor there, because it's not Seattle.
Even better, Mac Jones is awful in the weather.
Playing in a dome.
That's right. Not a dome. His over-under passing yards is 206.5.
I like over.
My God. Oh, you want a free one? That's it. That's a free one.
McCaffrey had over 60 yards receiving last week.
The thing with Mac Jones is the thing that it's so interesting, right? That whole team is banged up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, Purdy's toes hurt him. He's got to put ice on his toes, apparently. And Kittle's got a real injury, right? So he hurt his hamstring. That's a big-bodied man to get a hurt hamstring, right? You got a lot of injuries on that team.
McCaffrey's banged up.
And it's really interesting, right? Your first love shows back up into town. Yeah, you're all settled down. You got your family, but all of a sudden you look over your shoulder, right? And that if Brock Purdy misses time, it's just a feeling, right? Kyle Shanahan could fall out of love a little bit. And
actually, it's funny that you're saying this, because Rich Eisen said the same thing.
Oh, I didn't even see him.
Yeah, no, he said pretty much the exact same thing you're saying.
I can't believe it.
Kyle Shanahan could fall out of love.
Then I feel great, because Rich Eisen is an industry standard.
Yes. Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
And
it was him and then Scott.
Yeah. If you lose
Stuart
a little
Scott,
bit, like,
I'm sorry for everybody. Stuart Scott. If anybody doesn't know, go back, watch those two. Those two were awesome on SportsCenter.
It's so interesting, right? So Brock Purdy, he's got turf toe. I understand it's a real injury.
And shoulder.
And he can get banged up pretty quick. He's a smaller gentleman.
Yes, he is.
And he's gotten stingers, which is usually an athletic word you use in Division II, not Division I. It just is, right? It's right. Your body is so small, you can it's called a stinger. Mm-hmm. I think that if he's wearing his baseball cap for too long and Mac Jones is donning his helmet. Look at that.
Gridiron Sports.
Gridiron helmets. Look at that.
Oh, Gridiron helmets.
Helmets. GridironManCave.com. Go there. That's where you could get your 49er helmet. This happens to be a Fantasy Farm sports helmet. Right? It's authentic. It's Riddle. It's 100%. It's great stuff. The guys all do whatever you need, and they've got rivalry stuff. They're expanding their franchise as we speak.
Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah, they've got others. They've got the Paul Bunyan thing. They got some cool stuff coming from college football. Anyway, if you're wearing the baseball cap for 3 to 5 to 6 weeks and Mac Jones looks good, by the way, he looked good in Jacksonville last year. All of a sudden, that girlfriend, she was your old girlfriend, but she stayed in town for a while. She hung out for a little bit longer. And it's just a little odd that I think he could be starting to look this way. And if he does, Brock Purdy could be traded.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he'll win in Arizona. By the way, Arizona, I know Kyler Murray's this, that, and the other thing, but Arizona would rather a guy dedicated 100% to football. I know we love Cam Ward, but he looks lost. I mean, I'm finding Miami. My God, it's bad in Miami. And
it's horrible in Miami.
It's right. So I just named 3 places, and I'm not working very difficult to ship Purdy off to. Right.
And Kyle has been known to go with the hot hand.
Yeah. But it's not just the hot hand. It's his first love.
Yeah.
He loved Mac Jones. In fact, there was a fray. There was a fray when Lynch went to take Lance. Apparently, there was an argument that ensued because he wanted Mac Jones. So there's a little bit here. I think Mac Jones is going to play well, and I think Mac Jones knows. He knows that he's the pretty girl in town, and that if he can force the hand, who knows? By the way, Kyle Shanahan's a Bill Belichick guy. They've had conversations, they've had trade talks, all this other stuff. It would not surprise me if Purdy got Tom Brady'd. Or if he got Bledsoe'd.
Yeah.
Bledsoe got the contract, and we love him, and goodbye.
Yeah. I mean, that could easily happen. But you were alluding to it before, and I don't think you finished your train of thought, was just the size difference between the two.
Yeah.
Like Purdy is a little bit more fragile. Mac Jones is a bigger statured quarterback. Has the bigger arm. He's able to push that ball downfield. Purdy's a great anticipation thrower.
Yeah.
One of the best anticipation throwers in the NFL, especially at his young age. He's good at anticipating where the ball needs to be for that wide receiver. Doesn't have the strongest arm in the world. Not the tallest quarterback. Harder to see over the line. And like you said, Kyle loved him. It was his first love. So we'll see. It'll be very, very interesting. I'm not expecting really the 49ers to skip a beat with Mac Jones coming out. Mac Jones should look at this as he's the next Sam Darnold. This is a interview for other teams. He can get that next contract like Darnold did with Minnesota, and then now he got with Seattle.
Yeah.
Resurgence of his career. That's the way Mac Jones needs to be looking at this. Do what Darnold did. Darnold said he soaked up as much information as he could. He said Purdy taught him a lot, which is crazy, how young Purdy is. But Purdy has known to be like that. Even at Iowa State, he was known to be pretty much a Tom Brady-like studier of the game.
Yeah, he loves football. Sam Darnold was able to play football. Like, that's the difference, right? So, Sam Darnold's got more tools. Purdy wants to sit around and study. But when you're getting a guy that likes football and thinks he got a raw deal in New England and he's in town and you give up your job in week 2 for some bad toes, I'll tell you what.
Listen, I really do. I hope Mac Jones balls out here. I hope this is a decision that the organization has to make. And listen, I'm a Purdy fan. But if we decided to go the other direction with Mac Jones, I wouldn't be upset because he's a Bama guy. So,
God, here we go.
And that's the only reason. Because what's really, what's going to really upset me, just because they're in division, is if Melrose ever does something for Seattle in a couple years.
Nah, he won't.
I'm just saying, if he does, because it's hard for me to root for a Bama player on a Seattle team.
You and your Bama. Let's move on to the next game.
All right. So we both like the Niners here at 3, right?
Yes.
All right. Next, we got New England at Miami. New England, I don't understand this. New England's getting 1.5 points.
Yeah, I got them getting 2. I think like first of all, Indy was projected to have one of the top 5 defenses
Mhm.
this year. You don't know their names, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't know who
Mhm.
they are. But I'm telling you, Indy was projected to have a top 5 defense. So Miami looked bad, as they should have, right?
Mhm.
Because they haven't been all together, right? There's been injuries, in and outs. Is A-Chain playing? Do we even know what players are in your locker room, Mike McDaniels? Well, there's a lot of different kind of players. It's just he's half crazy. I
He
explained
really
why.
is. He really is. I love him, but he is. He's half crazy.
I mean, you could walk up to he could be selling vapes in the mall. You'd be like, "So, what kind of vapes do you have here?" He's like, "Oh, well, we have strawberry ones, and those are my favorite, and we have blueberry ones." You're like, "Yeah, but what are the hertz? You know, like what are the how much do I get out of them?" He's like, "Would you like to try the strawberry ones?" You're like, "Oh, he's crazy." I knew he was
Yeah.
crazy. He looks crazy the whole time. But does crazy in his home opener have more talent?
They definitely have more talent down there, but I think, the Patriots are a better coach team.
Yeah, I know that, but, down in Miami, I think strawberry sells sometimes.
That it's in Miami, warmer weather. I could see how, Miami could sneak out with this, but, they just looked bad last week. They
Yeah,
really did.
no, and so, listen, you guys pick New England, you should stay away. You should the
Stay
no
away from this
no
game.
you
This
should stay away
game
from
has
this game.
trap written all over it.
But there are listen, I'm up here, I'm just outside of Cocoa Beach. Um, there's a little bit of, letdown, but they're like, "Okay, that's only one game." People still kind of believe in this Miami talent still. And I would say that that's just me, but the spread's telling you as well that they still believe that Tyreek Hill's the fastest guy in the league, and Jalen Waddle's pretty fast too. And oh, by the way, fast, fast, fast. And Vrabel can scheme all he wants. You ain't got fast.
Mhm.
And I do think that it being at home is a big deal. These teams usually split anyway, and New England usually loses the first matchup if it's Miami, and it is. I'll take Miami on the money line. I don't love the pick. I won't be picking
Mhm.
it.
Yeah,
But
I'm not touching this game.
that's the
I
bet,
mean,
though.
Miami probably has the worst secondary in the league right now. And probably throughout the year, they're gonna be the worst secondary in the league. I don't understand. I don't see how Fitzpatrick, right? The
No.
safety.
Oh, yeah.
The safety. Yeah. I don't see how he stays there all year. I see him being traded again to another team. He wasn't happy there when they were winning. He wanted out of there. I don't
Yeah.
understand how he found his way back, but, he's gonna want out of there again. Yeah, that secondary is awful, even with him in it. Um, if I had to pick, I'm not picking. I'm not picking. I'm not picking. I am doing a 100-yard dash away from this game.
One of my great buddies is literally at the game.
Yeah,
So I will take, and the spread is leaning his direction. So I will pick Miami and hope he gets to watch a fun football game.
yeah. My gut tells me the Patriots. But again, it's in Miami. That they play better in Miami. It's hotter down there. Patriots are used to the cooler weather up here right now. Do they get tired quicker? Possibility. I mean,
It's a little interesting that the Raiders from Vegas walked into New England last week and beat them week 1. And they're not more talented top to bottom.
no, but you and I talked about how we thought that Raiders team was gonna be a good team.
Yeah,
I mean, you
not
have Pete
early.
Carroll. No, we both thought they were gonna be good
Yeah,
early.
but not this early. I thought they would, like, figure it out as the year they lost
Mhm.
Brock Bowers last week and still won.
And still won. No, I get it.
Like, look, I get it. We love the coach, but you gotta have some players, and if you don't have some players, you have a problem.
And you have to remember, Chip Kelly, he knows how to scheme. Say what
That's
you want
right.
about the guy. He knows how to scheme.
That's right, and Pete Carroll knows how to get guys to buy into his thing, and all of a sudden, yes, we like Vrabel, but it's Pete Carroll, and again, we like Vrabel again in this spot, but we liked him last week, and I just think that, you know, the greatest coach at playing possum might be Mike McDaniel because we don't believe in them, and all of a sudden we're like, "Oh, there's 35 points."
Yeah. No,
That's
yeah,
kinda weird of you.
absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Next, we got where are we at here? Sorry. We got the LA Rams at the Tennessee Titans.
Ugh.
I mean, this should be a no-brainer. Rams should run away with this. Their defense is looking good. Stafford looks like the back's not bothering right now. Puka's looking good. The Rams are rolling right now. They're picking up right where they left off last year.
Take the Rams.
Yeah, I don't think we need to spend too much time on it. Cam Ward, it looks lost. You alluded to that earlier. So
It looks great for Miami, unfortunately.
All right.
He's used to 8-second pockets, and that's whatever.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, I don't know what just happened here.
That's okay. Let me fix me a little bit here.
All right, I got the games back.
All right, games are back. Fantastic.
All right, we got Carolina Panthers at Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are giving 7. I expect a little bit. I thought the Panthers were going to look a little bit better than they did. They finished strong last year. We were both giving them props a little bit, saying Bryce Young started looking better since that benching. He came back, started playing football. And yeah, they look like the same old Carolina that sucked last year.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Jacksonville is actually, the lines are telling you that Jacksonville's a better football team, right?
But do we honestly believe Jacksonville is that good of a team?
This is the way I have to look at it, right? When Mayfield had Canales, he started slow. He ended up throwing 35 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The next guy who was handpicked by Mayfield was Liam Cohen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Threw for 41 touchdowns, and he looked like Drew Brees. I mean, he was fantastic last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the way I look at things, and by the way, once they lost receivers, they lost Godwin, they lost Evans. Him and Cohen put together game plans better and faster than Canales.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I look at things is Liam Cohen, to me, is just a better coach than Canales. Nothing wrong with him, but he's better.
Mm-hmm.
That dude in Arizona can coach too.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's not great, but he likes smash mouth in the desert. I think there's a lot of James Conner to this game. Something tells me to take over the 44.5.
Okay.
I do think Carolina and that Tetor and McMillan is going to participate better this week.
Mm-hmm.
Canales is always better as a counterpuncher. So I do believe that, it says 7. I don't want to play the spread. I do think Arizona's better than the spread, but I think you can see like 35-21. Late touchdown by Carolina, maybe 35-28. 27-24. I still think it's going over 44.5. I'm more confident in the over than I am playing the spread or straight up, because Carolina could sneak up and all of a sudden you're like, oh God, it's 14-0 Carolina. Problem.
Yeah.
I like the over.
Yeah, no, I like Arizona here too. I'm not taking the points. If I was going to take anything, I do like the over in this. I would take the money line because I do think Arizona is going to win this game. It looked like Marvin Harrison is going to be more of a factor this year, or Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be more of a factor this year, which I was very high on him last year. But sometimes it just takes a receiver a year or two. I mean, Jerry Rice, it took a couple years. He dropped a lot of balls. People forget his first 2 years in the league. I do like Arizona here. I think they're a much, much better team, but I am not taking the points. 7. I don't care if it's a horrible team and a great team. As you guys know, 7 points is a lot in the NFL.
It feels as though they have this week totally figured out, too, guys. Like,
yeah.
I do want to say that. Like, you won last week. Great.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the public won last week. I do feel like you just need to be real careful here and just go, you know what? If we divide the 2 weeks, we made very good money.
Yeah, I also want to point out that last year the public ended up crushing it last year. You really think the public's going to crush it 2 years in a row? Something's going to happen where everybody's going to be snapped back. So just be wary, guys.
Yeah, it feels like it. Next,
we got the Denver Broncos at the Colts. This is going to be a good game. Good game. We're going to really get to see what the Colts are made of. We already know what the Broncos could do. Their offense looked like it took a little bit of step back, a little bit. Their defense is still superior to most teams in NFL. The Colts look like they have, like you just said, top 5 defense. And we always talked about how we thought their offense was talented. They have a couple good wide receivers there. They have Adonai Mitchell, who they didn't even tap into yet. They have Pittman there. They have who's Pierce there, right? Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Alec
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Pierce.
Yeah. Paul Pierce, yes.
Jonathan Taylor. They have weapons. We always said if they could just get a quarterback behind there, which they did for a little bit with Flacco when Flacco was there.
Yeah.
And they had that little run. So Danny Dimes, I think, is exactly what they needed there. Just somebody that can distribute the ball just enough for that offense to show a little bit of skill, and their defense could just play defense.
Yeah, it's been fun, Indy. But I just think that, Danny Dimes can sneak up on a Mike McDaniels in Miami. We know that they're secondary. You talked about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Denver on the money line. I don't think Indy's this good. I think Denver came out and stumbled a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee, it was their Super Bowl. They went up to Denver. Everybody told them that they were awful. They got calls.
Yeah.
They were awful. The game last.
But also that game was so back and forth with weather delays that, you get hot, you get cold, you get hot, you get cold.
Not a lot of rhythm. Yeah, not a lot of rhythm.
Yeah, that game you need to chalk up onto, like, that was just one of those weather games that neither team really wanted to be in because, like you just said, no rhythm. You can't get into it.
Denver's better than Indy. So
absolutely. Absolutely. They should win this game hands down.
Yeah, I'll take Denver.
Yeah, I'll take Denver too. By the way, the spread is less than 3 points for me. It's at 2.5. Denver is giving 2.5 on that game.
I got 1.5.
Oh, I like 1.5 even better, but I thought 2.5 was good. I like under 3.
Yeah. Yep. That's where you want to play that.
Yep. All right. Next, we got Philadelphia Eagles at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl rematch. Woo! Wow. Chiefs are without multiple wide receivers. All they have really is Hollywood Brown. Xavier Worthy's still out. Stupid ass Travis Kelce. I still say he ran the wrong route. He always says how he takes it upon himself to run whatever route he thinks is best. And he even said he was trying to clear it out for Xavier Worthy. And just so happened to run into each other. Well, they didn't run into each other. Kelce lowered his shoulder and laid him the hell out. Laid him out, dude. I felt that.
This game is really weird. This is another one of those, right?
Yeah.
Where I think that the house is going to be all over Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kansas City is going to win.
Okay.
And this is why. Two reasons why. Everybody got to see Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Kickoff, they beat Dallas, right? Philly is what Philly is. Same team, same everything, right? They played a little sloppy, but it doesn't matter. Not everybody got to see Kansas City play against the Chargers, right? Because it was in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
So Kansas City is a bit of a mystery, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot, but just a smidgen of a mystery. And yes, they lost to the Chargers, but they looked much better in their loss than Philly looked in their win.
Mm-hmm.
And so last week we got a +1 game, right? +1. Buffalo Bills are getting 1 point at home. Sure. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, before the season started, they were -1. I just think that if Philly's traveling to Kansas City and Philly looks sloppy at home, how do you think they're going to look in Arrowhead with those fans and revenge on their minds? Like, I just think I think Kansas City wins this game.
Okay.
In my bones, Andy Reid is not going to start 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. Andy Reid, when handcuffed, when losing players, he always finds a guy off the practice squad that he can kind of pull or has a little bit of extra or special in him. And to me, I think Kansas City wins this game. They're not going to start 0-2. It's a real competitive division. If you get behind 0-2, and let's say the Raiders win, let's say the Broncos win, let's say the Chargers win, you got real problems now.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think Kansas City has some real problems. I really do.
I think that they do. But I do believe that in a hostile environment, the emotion of Philly, I mean, their emotions spilled over at home.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to invite, awful discipline That's the best way to put it. If you're going to invite awful discipline at home, enjoy how it's going to look out on the road.
Mhm.
Right?
I think that
sloppier.
I think that discipline is going to be reined back a little bit back in after last week and what happened with Jalen Carter. Um,
He's
they
out,
they
right?
beat
Or no?
they beat a very good, you just said it, Schottenheimer coach team without Carter disrupting. They're going to have him back this week, so I think that's a big bonus. And they did win without Brown doing anything this year or last week. My big thing this week is I think Brown I almost guarantee it that Brown goes over 100 yards receiving.
Oh,
They are going to force feed him because he barely got anything last week. Brown was not happy throughout the week. He wanted targets. He's going to get his targets this week. So I think he goes over 100 yards receiving. I have him on my fantasy team. He better. But no, I really do. I think that's happened a couple times last year where he got very low target. One game, came back the next week. They force fed him. He got a lot of points, got a lot of yards. I'm looking for big things with AJ Brown this week. If he has a big game, that leaves it open for Barkley to having even a bigger game. But I do like that revenge game. I do like Andy Reid coach team. I do like your point where the Chiefs can't start off 0-2, but for some reason I think they're going to. I really do.
Yeah.
I'm not touching this game, but if I had to, I think the Eagles walk away with a slim victory on this game.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of AJ Brown last week, and he looked slow out of his breaks. He looked slow, and he hasn't been hit yet this year. And he reminded me of Julio Jones when you went, oh no.
Mhm.
I don't know, the spark off the line is lost a little bit. I think he still has a big body and he still has value. I just think for how electric he is, I think that it's starting to fall off.
I think he kind of checked out of last week's game. I really do. His body language kind of showed it.
He may be. I don't know. He's
been known
athlete.
to. I mean, he was reading a book last year on the sideline the one time.
Well, he's trying to become smarter if he can't get the ball. That's his
Well,
MO,
you can't
right?
fault somebody for wanting to be smarter, you know?
If I can't get a reception, how to get a reception? That's what I think was part of the cue cards. No, I'll take Kansas City, but I don't have.
I think this is the first game you and I disagree on this whole thing. I like the Eagles.
I think it feels like Buffalo last week.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Philly leads. I do think Patrick Mahomes shows special. He makes a comeback. He guards his time. You have to understand and I'm not saying he is Tom Brady, but there are certain flavors of Brady and Mahomes. So I think he knows how to maneuver the clock. And I think Kansas City probably wins by 2.
Listen, it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. I'm not going in. I'm not saying Eagles where I feel confident where I'm going to bet on the game. I'm not betting on the game.
Right.
But everything, all my analysis, everything about it, for me, it seemed to me, I want to say the Eagles are going to win for the fact that AJ Brown didn't have much of a showing last week. I think he will this week, which will open up more holes for Barkley. And Jalen Carter wasn't on that defense last week, and when he is, it's a lot more disruptive. And let's face it, Mahomes was hit around pretty good last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though he did put a nice shoulder on that one corner. He threw, he lowered his shoulder on that. I like that. That brought a smile to my face.
A little bit extra. That's right. All right. What else do we got left?
All right. Next, we got tonight's game. We got Atlanta Falcons at Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota's given 3.5. Over under is 44.5. And Minnesota is giving is at negative 180 on the money line.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna I don't get it. Like I watched Atlanta and Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the I didn't have the capabilities to watch Minnesota and Chicago, but for large part, Minnesota was bad for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
2.5, whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
They were bad. They weren't good. I mean, they threw a pick 6 that I would have caught. And that's McCarthy. And I'm not saying, and by the way, Atlanta's if you think Chicago's defense is good, Atlanta's got some dudes.
And even on offense, they have some dudes too. They have some dudes that's starting to produce on offense.
And Mayfield wasn't able to move the ball, not because he can't, but because that front five was very good. So he had to be careful. And then they tussled with Evans. And then they made, he started figuring out that Ibuka had to be his guy to be able to maneuver to Bucky to be able to kind of get to Evans, right? But for 186 yards, I believe is what he had last week or in that area, and 3 touchdowns, in large part, it was him being careful. I don't believe McCarthy knows how to be careful just yet. And Michael Penix played well.
Yeah. All right. Listen, I think Penix is going to be a star in this league if he could stay healthy. If he could stay healthy, he is going to be a star. He is just as good as Jalen Daniels, just as good.
Yeah, I would take Atlanta.
I like Atlanta too. I mean, I really like this Vikings team. I like them a lot.
Yeah,
I just think JJ just needs a couple more games under his belt, get more comfortable. I mean, maybe those first 3 quarters work the bugs out for him. Maybe he'll build off of that comeback in the fourth quarter, where he started playing like everybody thought he was able to play.
I just think that they're going to get
possibility. And if that happens, listen, don't forget about Mason Jordan, their backup running back too. Like he had some nice touches. I think he's going to be a nice in between the tackles runner for them. Nice change of back for in between him and Aaron Jones. So yeah, I like that team. I really do, especially when Addison comes back.
I do believe that they're going to get a taste of their own medicine this week. Right. Penix saw a comeback, didn't feel very good. I think this time Penix makes a comeback. Right. And McCarthy is on the receiving end of what he gave last week. Like, the league feels good, right? I came back. Everything's feeling good. But I do believe that Penix wins the game of over the top this week.
Okay.
That's my thought.
I'm going to take the Vikings on this. Even though I like what I seen from the Falcons.
You like that call though, right?
Yeah, I can see it. I can really see it. But I have reservations still about Atlanta. It's Atlanta.
I get it.
I just for some reason, and like I said, I really, really, really like this Vikings team. I think they have a really good team. But like you pointed out, that 1 weak link is McCarthy. Is he going to be like he was the first 3 quarters? Or is it going to be like he was the fourth quarter? If we get the fourth quarter, JJ, watch out.
Well, in Chicago's a good team, but they don't have a lockdown corner. Let's not pretend like Atlanta doesn't have AJ Terrell over there, because that dude is for real. Like I said,
no, he's for real, but he's also given up a couple big passes throughout his career.
I think that Minnesota's defense, how good they are, is as good as Atlanta is. And with that being said, I think people are going to find out and they're going to go, oh, geez, I didn't know that Atlanta. I'll put Atlanta up there with like Houston.
So, yeah, and I think Penix is better than Caleb.
Right. So, has that little bit of whatever.
Listen, Atlanta has those weapons. The only thing I have reservations from them, because last year I thought they were going to be a good team too, and they just didn't put it together. Yeah. So I'm holding off reservations. I know Minnesota can put it together. They put it together last year. They had Sam Darnold, I understand, but I think JJ could come in and do just as good as what Darnold did his first year. I really do. O'Connell's a great coach. If they had another coach that I would say, listen, I have reservations about this team. O'Connell's a damn good coach.
No, he is. He is. I just, I think we're riding high. We're very emotional after our win last week, and now we get caught with one. I
could see it happening. It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, now we're in the NFL.
All right, next, we got the 2 Monday night games. We got your Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Texans.
So, I think there's upsets here.
Okay. Listen, I got to admit, I like that rookie wide receiver for Tampa.
Ibuka,
yeah. I like him.
Houston lost their center this week. That's good news, right? They don't have their running back, Joe Mixon. I know they have Nick Chubb. They didn't look very good last week. Right?
No.
Did they lost? Yeah. They lost. Now they're at home. They're favored by 2.5. I just, they're at home, and so is Mayfield.
Yeah.
I grew up in Texas. I mean, it's just I don't know. Tampa looked like they had a lot going on against Atlanta. They handled it and figured it out late. I don't love Houston. I think that this is going to be a tougher year for them. By the way, they don't have to be on the gas pedal early in this season because they don't really have a division, right? I mean, they're chasing Indy at this point. Let's be real. So I'll take Tampa and Mayfield to figure it out late.
I like Tampa this game. I like Mayfield. Listen, I've been on Mayfield since last year. I said about midseason, I said he should be in MVP discussion.
I've been on him since Carolina.
What's that?
I've been on him since Carolina.
I get it. No, I get it. No, but me personally, like what he did last year was something special. It was special. He won at least 4 of those games because of his grit. His grit alone. He won 4 games last year.
Yeah.
So I love Mayfield. I think same thing. If it comes to be a gritty game, which it could very well be, I'll take Mayfield every single time. He has proven it. I like this team. I think that has a couple young pieces on offense, a couple veterans on offense. They have a nice blend. So I'm liking this team. I like this team a lot. It wouldn't shock me to see this team win 11, 12 games this year.
That's a good call. Yeah. And so that's your upset, by the way. Tampa not being favored against Houston is your upset.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which in my book, I don't see it as an upset.
I don't see it
I
as
think
one
Tampa's
either.
a better team than the Texans.
I do, but people are thinking that the Texans are going to bounce back, and they really weren't competitive last week, to be quite honest.
And let's face it, to be honest with you, every home team, even though they say they don't anymore, but they do, they get 3 points automatically.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. They didn't get the 3. That's what's a little right.
They got a half.
So, and then the Chargers are favored by 3 against Vegas, and I think the Chargers are a better team. I know Vegas went into New England last week.
3.5.
I think this game could push. I think the Chargers find a way to win by 3.
Yeah.
They kind of, I think Herbert's the better quarterback. It's a battle of the rookie running backs. If you want to have the conversation, Genty versus Hampton. We all want to live in the Hamptons.
Yep.
Quinn Johnson looked good.
He did. Herbert looked good.
So there's not a lot here. The Raiders beat up on a team that we don't know what kind of talent level they have. Right? Like the New England Patriots spent half the week arguing with Bill Belichick. Like, you know how sad that is? That's sad.
Yeah. It's
You guys have to prepare for a real game. He has to prepare for Charlotte.
Yeah, I like what you call it here. The Chargers here easily. I don't think it. I love Harbaugh. You know how I feel about Harbaugh and Harbaugh's teams. He has this team going in the right direction. He finally got the back that he wants. A couple good wide receivers. He got another lineman that he likes. So no, this team is. I told you last year. Give him another year to get his guys in place, and it's going to be a way better team.
Don't yell at me.
I'm just saying. No, I'm with you here too. I like the Chargers here too. Real quick. Something I didn't know when we were talking about the Niners game is the Niners did release Jake Moody, who has cost the Niners multiple games in his very short career. We signed a kicker that was last kick for the Panthers. Forget what his name was, but he is an 89% kicker. So I'll take that.
Yeah, these kickers, it's just theory. I'll wait until I have some more evidence.
All right.
I think there's something.
I'm anxious to hear about Jack's quack thought theories.
I just
I didn't say quick thought. I said quack thought.
Okay, so here it is. Here it goes out there, right? So the Atlanta Falcons have one of the best kickers. And because he missed 1 field goal last week, they're going to bench him.
I don't agree with that.
Young Waku was benched. I don't agree with it either, unless they found out he took money to take the kick, and they don't want to out him.
That could be.
Right? And Jake Moody Like, first of all, Jake Moody had a couple tough kicks last season, right? But his cut case, first of all, like he should have never been playing in the game that he had a bad kick in. He had a high ankle sprain on his left leg.
Even
I would
before that,
fire Shanahan
he's
for
been
that decision.
spotty at best throughout his
Well,
whole career with us.
But you cannot plant the foot and not almost fall over. And you have him kicking 54-yarders.
I get it.
Stupid. It's
So how did he miss that? What was a 37-yarder?
No, that's not. But I'm talking about last year, right? But I get last week was not good. But my whole thing is like, I wonder if these kickers are getting a little bit of dinero to miss a kick or two. It's why would you just bench a guy? Why would you trade a guy immediately? Like, by the way, I think coaches.
Oh, we didn't trade him. We cut him.
Well, but I think
we cut him.
But I think coaches are thinking like that now,
right?
Like last year was last year. Okay, I made some mistakes, obviously coaching, right? Because you just have to know how a person plants and then kicks. But you missed 37 yards. Now I'm sitting there going, huh. And then Younghoe Koo doesn't get released, but he gets benched. You're like, that's two kickers already.
Yeah.
And it's a little odd already, two kickers. And maybe we're trying to shuffle through kickers so that whomever can't get a hold of the kicker midweek. I think that's a little interesting.
Who knows?
That's shaving. It's not.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's shaving.
It's shaving.
So, and that's why we talk. By the way, all of a sudden we have 1, 2, 3. We've got what, 7 half-point games all of a sudden. I mean, these are the things you need to pay attention to. And people go, "Oh, you're a conspiracy." Stop that. I'm not, because 90% of my theories, people sit there afterwards and they go, "Jesus, well, I don't want to believe it, but it happens." Right?
It happens. I don't think that's
off
the case, but it happens.
I'm just saying that is a little interesting, and I'm kind of like thinking a little bit, but it doesn't matter because we take money lines.
Yes.
And we try to pair them together.
But my whole point to the thing was, I'm me personally as a Niners fan, I am very happy. He has cost us too many games. We could have won a couple more games last year, possibly snuck in the playoffs. Not had a bad season at all last year, even with all those injuries. There's a couple times that Purdy brought us all the way down the field twice last year, and he missed a game-winning field goal. You know what I mean? So, like, I get it. I get it. The 1 or 2 games that he kicked, that he had the high ankle sprain, that he shouldn't have been out there. That not his fault. But listen, I'm just happy. Get him out of the building. We replaced him with somebody that can actually hit a field goal. He's not known for kicking long ones. We don't need a long one. Just somebody that's consistent. We should have never got rid of Robbie Gould to begin with. He was a consistent kicker. Instead, we didn't want to pay him the $5 million he wanted, so we decided to draft a kicker in the 3rd round, and look where that got us.
Kickered.
Yeah, kickered. Damn it. Jack just made a new term. Kickered.
Kickered. God, guys, this week we got kickered.
We got kickered. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this week. We're going into the games right now. It's 1 o'clock. We got games starting in a couple minutes. So, Jack, you want to give us a sign off?
Yeah, guys, get your bets in. And subscribe. Right? Subscribe. I've got, Greg's working hard putting together all this information for us and all of these lines, and he's spouting out. I'm dying over here. But I'm still coming.
Yes.
I'm still coming to hang out with you guys on Sunday and giving you the best information. I probably will only play a game or 2 today, and that's what you should do.
Yeah,
Jack
thing here.
Fantasy Farm Sports. Subscribe to us.
Yeah. Again, guys. I'm only taking a couple games. Make sure you hop over Old Gamer GK. We got some we got the first card rip video over there. It's a little over an hour long. We're going to be making some shorter ones. I had a bunch of boxes to open. Look for the grand finale at the end. We hit a couple nice cards. Look forward to us every week. Get your information from us. Get your lines from us. Get your betting props from us. Get your fantasy advice from us. Drop it in the comments. We love to hear from you guys. And as always, guys, stay excellent to each other.